Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to more Virtue's Last Reward, where last time we got the Clover ending, which was not happy.
It was the Clover ending in quotations.
Didn't really have anything to do with her, but I think it's just because
Right.
that's the route where we got her backstory. Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, she told us all about, like, what happened to her and stuff. Like, the
Yeah,
Alice
but-
route is where Alice told us about herself. The Sigma one is confusing. I guess it's just because we found out Sigma has robot arms. And that's why it's the Sigma route. The Quirk route, again, doesn't make much sense, but we already learned all his lore in the Tenmyoji route, which is probably just why that's the Quirk one. The Dio route is the one where we discovered Dio's backstory. So now, and we know that the Phi one, I think, is the one where we're trying to defuse all the bombs.
I believe so.
So now we just need to do the K and the Luna ones. And I think the K one is the one we're about to do now, because it's the one where we were hanging out with him and learned his backstory. And now we're about to go see if we can continue that one.
Yeah.
Which, if I'm trying to remember exactly what's going on here. Like, Kay was trying to convince us to leave, and we let him. We did ally once, and he just left, and that was the game over. So then we betrayed him so he wouldn't leave, and he was telling us her backstory and stuff. Then everybody's, like, missing, and Dio's dead, and they need a way for Phi and Kay to be saved because they can't get through the thing, whatever, without the bracelet, because the bracelet broke, right?
Yeah.
I forget this X. I'm jumping there again, even though I was just there. But here we are.
Oh my goodness, Maya.
All we have to do is look at all this.
So now we gotta
Same
go
part.
through
Ship. They're not here.
Maybe they did go through the door, like Kay said.
With Quark's bracelets?
Or
Or what? Oh, come on, man. You better not give me that maybe they're already dead crap. I got enough of it from Dio. You've gotta be kidding me. This isn't funny, Phi. If you're right, then you, Kay, Quark, and I are the only people still alive in here.
hey, lay off. I want to believe they're alive too. But
We heard a noise and turned.
I apologize for keeping you.
did you get Dio's bracelet?
Well, technically, yes, but...
Huh?
Best you just see it. This is what I found in Dio's pod.
What?
What the heck?
I assume whoever murdered Dio did this.
But why? There's no
I
point.
can't say for sure, but if I were to guess...
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain.
With a bracelet like this, I doubt we can get past the secondary door.
That means Kay and I will...
Oh no. Ship. You're gonna...
When the time comes, if anyone is left outside after they close, they'll be penalized.
I see. That's what they wanted. Whoever killed Dio wanted to use the game to kill me and Kay. That's why they broke the bracelet.
I think so. It makes the most sense.
How can you be so calm? In 5 minutes, you're gonna be...
Go on ahead, Sigma. You have those bracelets Kay gave you, right? You should be able to get through the secondary door with those. So just...
Duck that. You know I can't just ditch you guys like that.
But if you stay here, you'll...
You think I don't know that? But what kind of a monster am I if I just leave you here to die? Arg, gosh darn it. This was bad. What was I going to do? I needed to calm down. Just calm down. Calm down and think. There had to be a way to save them. There had...
anesthetic called Soparil Beta. Your bracelet also has a bunch of needles on the inside. If you break the rules.
My brother told me about that. Neostigmine is a type of cholinesterase inhibitor. That means it's sort of an antidote for tubocurine. I knew it!
Give it back. I found it, so it's mine.
Of course. The antidote.
The antidote?
Turns around. Didn't have time to explain. I took off running toward the exit.
It goes sprinting. Oh my goodness.
That was
Sigma.
like actual movement instead of just teleporting.
The first time we sent
Where are you
this.
going?
Stay here. I'll be right back. I bolted out of the warehouse toward the treatment room.
Let's blow this popsicle stand.
Yeah. Let's blow this popsicle stick. I think Dio put it in his pocket. Come on, come on, come on. Please still have it. Sweat was pouring down my face, but I didn't bother to wipe it off. There wasn't time. I dug frantically through Dio's coat until... Aha! Found it. Oh. There's only one dose. The injection gun uses the whole bottle at once. Ship. I
Yeah?
can't see both of them unless I had some sort of machine that duplicates them.
Yeah, like the laboratory.
1 minute.
I don't know if we can duplicate it in 1 minute, though. 1 minute, ship. I spun around and shot out of the treatment center. Like, even if I wanted to duplicate them, there is no time for that.
3, 2.
I suppose.
Chromatic doors.
Wait, is there even enough time to even get to them? No, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh dear.
Sigma.
There was a
Wow.
sharp, quick pain in my wrist. Barely even noticeable. It's okay, we just get the Soparil before we all die. So there might still be time. I
Right.
couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor. No, I couldn't fall asleep. I had to give one of them the antidote before my bracelet injected me with tubercurin. With every ounce of strength I could muster, I forced my eyes back open. Kay and Phi lay limp on the floor in front of me. In my right hand, I could feel the injector gun with its precious cargo. I could only pull the trigger once. Who was I going to choose? Phi or Kay? No, what was I thinking? There was only one answer.
Are you kidding me? Of course.
I mean, I can't inject the guy in the armor. That's the reasoning I assume.
I would guess so, yes.
Why? I didn't even have a choice. After all, Kay's entire body was covered in impenetrable metal.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sorry, Kay. I summoned up as much energy as I could and dragged myself toward Phi. After what felt like an eternity, I was finally within arm's reach. With no time to waste, I pressed the gun to her arm and pulled the trigger.
Sigma. What the hell did you...
I injected you with neostigmine. It's a type of cholinesterase inhibitor. It's the antidote to the muscle relaxers.
Why did you pick me?
Because I can't use the injection gun on Kay. It did never get through the metal.
Then why didn't you inject yourself?
Hey, guess you've got a point. Honestly, didn't even cross my mind.
You're the biggest idiot on the planet.
Hey, come on. Is that any kind of thing to say to somebody who's about to die? How about something more tender?
No. Screw this. I don't want to live if it means being in debt to you. No.
Wow.
Goddamn way. I'm not
Are you kidding?
gonna.
Her words slurred and slowed, and her eyes fluttered closed. She wasn't dead, of course. I could hear the faint sound of her breathing, and see her chest rise and fall. Good, Phi's gonna be alright. But Kay... I looked over in his direction. That was when I noticed it. Oh yeah, he's got that opening thing. Open. I've never seen the back of his head before. Apparently. There's a hole here in the back of your head. Yeah, it looks like you insert something. It says open, so maybe if you put some kind of key in there...
You could open up the suit and take the mask off.
Wait, then but when could he have... It's empty.
Yes.
Was there something in there before?
No. It was empty when I found it.
But what if he lied? Could Kay have taken the key? How he'd gotten it didn't really matter anymore. What did matter was that Kay had been able to remove his armor. And he had. Yeah, he just put his armor there to make it look like he was sleeping, maybe.
Oh, good point.
It's a theory anyway. Then Dio mysteriously died, huh? Holy shit, then that would mean Dio's killer is... I coaxed as much strength as I could from my increasingly lethargic body and crawled toward Kay. Kay, wake up. Come on, talk to me. I grabbed his shoulder and shook him until he finally shifted and spoke.
Sigma.
I just need to know one thing. Did you kill Dio? You weren't sleeping, were you? After I left, you took off your armor. You didn't want to go the same way I had, so you took the other door. After you went the long way around through the warehouse and the crew quarters, you headed for the elevator. Here's an example of the route he took.
But why would he kill him?
This is still just a theory. I don't know his motivation yet. I bumped into Phi and we went back to the lounge to check on you. We saw you. Or we saw your armor, I guess. By then, you would have been out of it. While we were in the lounge, you went to the treatment room and killed Dio. You must have turned off the oxygen to his pod, although you probably didn't stick around to make sure he died. I'm betting you were in a hurry to get back before Phi and I noticed something was up. Once you got back to floor A, you needed us out of the lounge, so you made a noise at the hall to lure us out. Then you ran around and took the long way back to the lounge so you could enter through the rear door. As shown here.
Yeah, we have to see it, because of course.
Once you were there, you put your suit on again and waited for us. As soon as we found Dio's body, we did exactly what you'd expected. Kay, wake up. Something's happened. You pretended to wake up very disoriented and confused. What is it? Come on, Kay. I'm almost out of time. Did you kill Dio?
Yes. Your reasoning is correct. I killed him.
Why?
Because I couldn't forgive him. He took the life of someone very important to me. I couldn't
Who did he kill?
The old woman.
Ah, sweet
Deserved.
Yeah.
I'm on Kay's side.
Yeah.
I was on his side to begin with. He only killed Dio.
Yep.
She
What?
was like mother to me. She showed me how to see meaning in my life.
Wait, are you saying...
Yes, I am. She was the woman who came here when I was 18.
Whoa, hold on. What do you mean here?
Sigma, unfortunately, we are out of time. There's something I have to tell you. I made a promise that you would hear it. Do you understand? This is very important. You must pay attention. Cannot forget.
Forget? He wasn't making sense. I was about to die. How on earth would I be remembering anything for more than a few seconds?
If you see a lion with 2 heads
Okay, we're getting something
following
here.
the sun, remember these letters.
Okay, let me get out the
Okay,
handy dandy
I'm
notebook.
about to screenshot it.
Yes. We're pulling out all the stuff.
I think we've always done this.
Yeah. Where am I? Just got some room. Oh.
Milk.
MILKEVOLI.
Milk Evoli.
Milky Boy. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I also don't know why I said it in an accent. How weird.
Milk Kevol. Okay.
This will open the second gate.
What the heck? Hey, Kay. Who told you to tell me this? No. Who are you? Show me. Show me who you really are. I grabbed a hold of Kay's mask and tore it off. It just came
Wait,
off.
what?
Okay. What? No,
Wait,
that's
No, but
impossible. That face.
what the fuck?
It's
what
my
the-
face. I felt a sharp pain in my left wrist, and my body collapsed unceremoniously. The second drug, tubercularity.
Turbocurine. Curary.
Yeah,
I
my
can't
vision
say it.
began to blur, and my head felt unnaturally heavy.
Oh no. So
The wor-
he was Sigma all along.
He was Sigma. The world faded away, and my consciousness slipped down into the cold, dark waters of nothingness. I'm giving the music, yeah. Dude.
Of course. Another ending.
Probably the K one, if I would have to guess.
It's definitely the K one.
I mean, we saw his face,
Right.
which was Sigma's face. Oh my goodness.
Dun dun dun.
The K end. The Kend, if you will.
I was about to say that.
Okay, 2 endings to go.
Oh my goodness. Home stretch.
And now we might not be able to have this code, so let's try it again, say.
Yes, I really think we have all the information necessary.
We got given 2 things. I think that the jumpy doll and all that was unrelated somehow.
Mayhaps.
I hope, because if that is still related somehow, then I don't know how to do it. But if it's just these 2 ones, then we got something new to work with.
There's no one.
Right.
Yeah, maybe
Heater's been turned on.
a lion. A sun? We probably can't. Sure, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, just as I thought. Might as well forget about this. We can't get anywhere. See if we can. This is, shall we?
But I was compelled to look at this. A lion biting the sun, a lion biting the sun, a lion biting the sun. Memento mori, remember death. Could this be the ninth lion, maybe? Memento mori. Remember death. Memento mori. Remember death. And there's his one right there. Remember death.
So it was added.
Remember. Okay. I am thinking... okay, one might be the password and the other one's still the username, perhaps?
Maybe.
We can try it both ways, of course, but... So let's get the duck. DM.
Yes.
L. 0. 16. Go to the password. And we do the Milkavoli. That's what it was, right?
Yes. Oh. Oh my goodness.
What does it do, though? The Matrix.
Mountain
I
Kid
see some
was...
text. They start the largest exhibit. The public can raise awareness of London, I see over there. Fi, come over here.
What's wrong?
I got in.
What? How did you figure out the login?
I don't know. I just knew it.
What the hell do you mean you just knew it?
I just knew it means I just knew it. You gave me the same line when I asked you how you knew my name.
Why are you bringing that up? It doesn't have anything to do with this.
It
You're
does.
sure it might. And this route, she doesn't know what's going on.
What?
Right, this
I don't-
must be the first route.
Well, she still knew my name, so maybe it wasn't the very first route, but...
Right. Well,
Look, just forget about that. Come take a look at this.
Sure. Fine. Just let me get right on that. Are you out of your damn mind? Tell me what the hell is going on here. Why do you know how to log into this computer?
Are you even listening to me? We continued to yell at one another for several more minutes. But no matter what Fi asked me, I could never come up with an answer that satisfied her. Eventually, she seemed to give up.
Fine. You still don't make any sense, but I don't think you're lying.
Darn right I'm not.
And the AB game deadline isn't getting any further away. All right. Let's see what this thing has for us. Where are we supposed to start? Looks like there's tons of stuff in here. Oh, can you tell me the ID that you put in? I can try searching for that. Maybe we'll get a hit.
I gave her what she'd asked for. The GTFDML016. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Milkavoli was the password.
Milkavoli was the password. Her search returned several files, and after examining them for a moment, Fi opened one. Golem unit details, GTFDML016. Golem unit details. Are these product specifications for a golem?
Looks like it.
So was GTFDML016 a golem's ID?
Don't ask me. You seem to know more about all this than I do. Fine, whatever. Just read the file. Maybe it'll make more sense. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Luna is a fucking robot.
That's why she
Okay.
has a high opinion of robots. She is one.
Oh, right. No wonder I like her so much. Because she isn't human like the other people.
Yeah. the most honorable and non-betraying person is the robot.
Right?
Because she's 3 laws safe.
Indeed.
Luna.
Yeah.
Why is there a picture of Luna in this file?
There's something written underneath it. It says, appearance after application of ABT.
ABT. ABT.
Oh, it's the prosthetic
There's
skin.
this special artificial biological tissue what's called ABT.
Prosthetic? No, not prosthetic. I don't know. Yeah.
Artificial biological
When
tissue.
a golem's all new and shiny, they've got a nice suit of ABT over that metal skeleton. Makes it look right human, it does. Even feels like real skin, with pores, a little bit of hair, and a few pimples, scars and the like. Truth to tell, I doubt you'd be able to tell the real from the fake, even if it was right in front of you. See, right in the middle.
I see. Luna was a golem, and DML016 was her product ID.
That must have been what Gollum was trying to tell us when he was stopped. But why? Why would Luna be in the game?
I don't know how autonomous she really is, but I find it hard to believe she would have come here of her own free will.
So you're saying she was sent here by Zero Senior?
Probably. Look. At the bottom of the screen, it shows her current status.
Currently operational. Executing special mission. You think her special mission is to participate in the game?
Probably.
So why did Zero Senior want a robot as a participant? Think maybe it was to supervise the rest of us? Maybe if something unexpected happened, she was supposed to correct it or something.
What if it was some kind of Voight-Kampff test?
Voight-Kampff test. Oh yes, I remember this. A what?
It's from an old book. A test to see how human she was. Whether or not 8 people would be able to figure out she was a robot. That might almost explain the whole game, actually. Making us solve puzzles and play the AB game. All of those things could have been designed to give us a chance to see her true nature.
So it's kind of like the Chinese room.
Yeah. Luna is the girl locked in the room, and the 8 of us are the people outside it. Well, like I always say...
It's just a possibility, right?
All what matters is if the person next to you does what a human ought to. Looks like a person, acts like a person, and talks like a person, then it's probably a person.
When did you figure it out? That she was a golem, I mean.
Right now. I didn't know until I saw this stuff.
You're lying. When I told you about what happened with Gollum in the pantry, you said something about how this game might be sort of like the Chinese
I don't know why I said that. It just felt like it made sense.
Like you just knew
Yeah.
it?
Look, forget about that. See Luna's
That was
status?
so long ago.
Yeah, I don't remember it. Anyways.
Right.
No, she did say it. But I thought it made sense in context. I don't remember the context, though. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah, it says the same thing it did a minute ago. Currently operational. Executing special mission. Wow, wait, what the heck? Luna's
Do you think robots
dead.
die? She was
Yeah,
only
she
injected
can't
with
be
muscle
dead.
relaxant.
Unless she was like shut
10
off.
minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, if no vote is
Wait.
recorded before the deadline has passed,
But her
any
bracelet came off,
non-voting
didn't it?
parties will
I
automatically
believe so.
ally.
How did he even stay on? This makes no sense.
Of course. Luna's the one who opened the AB gate. Oh yeah, there was an AB gate that opened and we couldn't find who did it.
That might not be the
Right.
only thing she did. Look,
What do you
what
mean?
are the last 3 digits of her product ID?
016.
And where have we seen that before?
No, I don't believe it. Are you saying it was Luna who handcuffed Clover and Tenmyoji? I still
should
think
go
it's
check
just
her body.
Dio, but with backwards and stuff.
Yeah.
You remember where it is?
Plus, why would Clover know anything about robots? Anyway, the crew quarters, of course, I remember.
Right. That's true. And she's gone.
We were
Yeah.
right. Why? Why would Luna?
And I trust him.
Five minutes.
Because
remain
he's part
until
robot.
Amberdex game polling
Just like that makes you one of the good ones.
Let's go. The game hasn't stopped. If we don't
Oh,
vote, we're going to get penalized.
Right. Off we go then. I don't remember whose team and stuff we're on.
Yeah.
Like, are we voting against Luna? Are we on the same team even? Who's with who?
I'm not sure. It's been so long.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know, but this is like the first route we did, I think. Or, no, it wasn't.
Second
Alice was
one.
the first.
Yeah, Alice was first. Invalid
Please
pair detected.
retry with valid partner.
Oh yeah, forgot about this thing.
Right. Luna's bracelet.
Yeah, with her bracelet, there's 3 in this room. We're holding on to her bracelet. We can't just step outside and set Luna's bracelet down, then headed back into the AB room.
2 minutes remain.
Alright, I'll go ahead and hit the start button. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you?
Wait! Sigma!
Huh? Luna?
That's
1 minute
suspicious.
remains.
Wait. What the heck is going on? Why is Luna
She's
here?
probably planning on participating in the game.
You mean she's gonna take the bracelet and go into one of the other rooms?
Yeah,
How's she going to vote?
the tray. I'm sure of it. Why else would she have come here? If she wanted to vote ally, she could have just waited for the deadline to pass.
She's got 7 BP,
Yeah.
right?
Why are you asking, though? Her BP doesn't matter right now.
What?
Have you totally lost it? She doesn't have her bracelet on. And besides, she's a golem. She isn't trying to get out. Whether she has 9 BP or not doesn't mean anything to her.
Then why is she doing this?
Isn't that obvious? She wants to keep our BP below 9. Say she defaulted to ally. We could choose whatever we wanted, and we'd still get 9 BP. She's here to make sure that doesn't happen.
10 seconds remain until
How do you know?
8,
Yeah, how do you know?
7, 6, 5, 4.
I don't want to betray her.
I trust him.
2, 1.
So ally.
Yeah, even if we know she's like a robot or whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She's not evil.
Round 3 of the
She
results.
didn't kill Clover and
Amberdex
Finyochi.
She's 3 laws safe.
Hey,
Exactly.
Sigma! Are you insane? Why the hell did you choose ally?
Wait, we can talk about that later. Right now. She's gone. Where'd she go?
That's odd. We came out the moment the gates opened. There's no way she could have left already.
Then... there it was. I thought so. She didn't pick it up. Without the bracelet, she couldn't have voted.
Then she let the system vote ally for her?
Results from round 3 of the Please Direct.
Please die. Right, the results.
Yeah. Let's go have a look.
Okay, let's see the results, everyone. Just her.
No Sigma.
They're dead. Dead. Ally.
Nice. See, I told you. Bye.
Everybody
She's
that's alive
evil.
gets out.
See? That's why you trust the robot.
Points have been assigned. Please check
This
your
isn't the
bracelet
Terminator.
to see your update.
Since Luna didn't vote, she got set to ally automatically. The other 6 got penalized. Here's some more AB rooms. If nobody votes, they all die, but they're already dead, right? So, then again, 5 of them are already dead. We don't know where Quark is, but his bracelets are already off.
Yeah. That means all those penalties are meaningless. Why did Luna show up then? I mean, we've got our 9 BP now, but... Alright. What do you want to do, Sigma? Do you want to leave?
What? You're kidding, right? Weren't you the one who kept going on about how Quark's still alive? I can't just run off and leave him here.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, that's a relief. I was hoping you'd say that. Now let's get moving. We need to find Quark.
And Luna too, right?
Luna.
Yes, bring Luna with us. Even if she is a robot,
The
she is our
Ambidex
friend.
kids have round 4 of the Ambidex Star Keys.
Yes. We should be able to play infinitely if we wanted to, so... Yeah, I still have 9. And one other 9. Fi and I checked our bracelets out of sheer reflex. I was a magenta pair, just like before, but Fi had changed to a red silver. Didn't really matter, though. Both of our bracelets showed the number 9. All he had to do was open the number 9 door, and we'd never have to play another AB game again.
Alright. Quark comes first. Let's go.
She spun around and headed for the cyan door. I followed on her heels. Now we just need to explore random rooms. I wonder if we'll check the pod. Or did we already check the pod in this timeline? I don't remember it.
Question.
Yes.
No, I said good question.
Oh, good question. I didn't hear the good part.
Sorry.
Maybe you didn't
my
pick
mic
up.
didn't
I
pick
don't know.
My mic is so good at picking up like random things, but some things I say, it's just like, I'm gonna need you to repeat that 3 times.
Yep, he's still smoking that.
He's just, enjoying the grass.
Sigma, there's something I want to ask you.
What is
There
it?
are 3 doors here. You, Alice, and Luna went through the one on the right. That took you to the Golem Bay, correct?
Yeah. According to the map, that's the door in the bottom. There's a lever on that thing in the middle, right? We pulled it, but it only opened one of the doors. What about it?
Take a look. See the lock?
Open?
Yeah.
Then who the heck opened it?
There's
How?
only one person who could have opened it.
Luna.
Alright, let's head in.
Okay. What's in here? Oh, okay, that's probably where Quark is then. What the heck are these things?
I think they're treatment pods of some sort.
What mint pods? Even as I
Oh, yes.
spoke, part of me knew what they were. I didn't know how or why, but I felt a strong sense of deja vu when I looked at them. and suddenly realized I knew exactly how to operate the pods. It was a strange, unsettling feeling, as if somewhere deep inside was a version of myself that I didn't actually know.
One of them is lit up.
The one on the left, is it being used?
Glass is all fogged up. I can't really see inside.
Let's crack it open then.
Yeah.
Yeah, quick work. Her feet pounded across the floor of the warehouse. Pant.
This is it.
Crick's body bounced to my arms as I ran. His pulse and breathing were normal. He was limp and unconscious, but he was alive. The pod's display had given us a little information on his condition. As far as we could tell, he'd been given an anesthetic, which had put him to sleep.
Ready? What's wrong? You're supposed to say, yeah, sure.
We're leaving Luna. And Timyoji is dead.
Yeah, everyone is dead.
Yeah.
Is it really okay for us to just leave?
What the hell is this? You want to stay here? What if Luna kills you too?
What?
Think about it. Alice, Clover, Tenmyoji, the old woman, even Dio and Kay. There's a good chance Luna killed all of them.
Luna didn't kill anyone.
Why?
Why doesn't matter. Remember what we saw on Clover's thigh?
Again, I think it just says Dio.
And what's
With
that
a lowercase d.
remember as?
Yeah.
It is the last 3 digits of Luna's product ID.
Where did we find the old woman's
But
corpse?
like, how would she know that, though?
Yeah, she would have no way of knowing.
There would have to be an extra step where Clover is in on it too, or something, to know that robot number.
Right.
The AB room that Luna came out of.
And if you're right, her brain is in the central computer core. That means she could have easily moved that crane, right? She could have used it anytime she wanted.
That means any alibi she might have had for not being able to move the crane is worthless.
Exactly. She must have moved the AB room. Alice noticed it right away. At the very least, that would mean Luna had a reason to try and kill Alice.
To keep her quiet.
She could also have murdered Dio and Kay. Remember their star keys? Luna must have taken them, which puts her in the room with Dio and Kay. You understand, don't you? I admit none of this evidence is conclusive, but look at our options. You, me, Quark, and Luna. Who do you think is the most likely to be the murderer? Think this through, Sigma. Luna's a golem. That means she's a robot that's part of this facility, designed to do God knows what. If what you said about golems and the central computer is true, she's basically a puppet of Zero Junior's. There isn't really much of an argument to be made here. The only option is to leave her here and get out.
I refuse to leave her.
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics?
A robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm.
A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic.
Okay, you're right. Let's get out of here.
Damn, don't scare me like that. Okay, I'm going to open it. You ready?
You don't have to ask me. Isn't that what you always say?
Yeah, I guess so. It's time we got out of here. Let's go.
The heavy, labored groan, the number 9 door began to open. As soon as the gap was wide enough to admit her body, Phi slipped through it. I followed her through, Quark still cradled in my arms. Inside was a massive lift platform, like the kind used to move industrial cargo. Vi turned to face me, and I shoved Quark into her arms.
Huh?
Before she could respond, I spun around and ran.
Yes, we stay with the robot. Take care of the child.
The number 9 door, it will remain.
Sigma! What the hell are you thinking? Get back here!
1 second, my cat might want to be let out of the room. She knows to ask for it. Okay, sorry, Vi. There's something I have to do. Take care of Quark.
No! You don't mean you're going to go find Luna? God damn it,
Yes,
Sigma! Think about what you're doing!
Luna is best girl.
Listen to me! You can't do this!
You can't
Reject
pick a robot
human.
over me!
Return to robot. Yippee.
The number 9 door. This ends the Nonary. Thank you for your. As the game is over, or escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
Well, I had no regrets. In fact, with Vi and Quark's successful escape, I felt a profound sense of relief. One of my objectives had been achieved, and a difficult choice had been made. My mind felt clear and focused, more so than it had in a long time. Alright, time to go. Luna's waiting.
What? I mean, what? Because he was Kate cloned? and Sigma is the clone? What the fuck is going on here?
Luna, I knew you'd be here. You always loved the beautiful garden.
You knew?
Oh, right. We haven't talked here in this one, huh?
Isn't this nice? This is the only place in this whole facility with anything green. I kind of feel silly saying it, but it makes me think of the great outdoors. I think it's the
And then
perfect place for
Sigma
a serious
says,
conversation.
I love you, robot lady.
I love you, robot.
Being surrounded by nature makes me feel happy. I'm not sure what you meant just now, but are you talking about something that happened in another history? I know what you can do. Someone told me about it once. They said that you have the ability to transport your consciousness through time.
Who told you that? Luna looked down at the music box around her neck. Carefully and delicately, she twisted the dial on the bottom.
Sigma, aren't you here to ask me something? Why I killed them, perhaps?
Well, actually,
Why?
I already know you didn't do it.
Oh, okay, so... Okay, I'll shut up.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, yeah, you actually didn't do it, but is she saying that because she assumed? Or whatever.
Oh? Why do you think I didn't do it? I'd like to know your reasoning.
Alright. I nodded and took a moment to compose my thoughts. Might as well start with the old woman. There's no point beating around the bush, I suppose. Dio killed her.
Why do you think so?
Her left arm had blood splatter all the way up to the elbow, except for a stripe on the wrist that was perfectly clean. What could have caused that? My guess is a bracelet. It got covered with blood and kept her wrist clean. Obviously, none of our bracelets had blood splatter on them, but Dio's bracelet reacted to the luminol. That meant Dio's bracelet had to have come from the old woman.
Is that your proof? That's why you think Dio killed her?
No, that's only enough to suspect him. After all, he could have just taken the bracelet after someone else killed him.
Then why are you so sure?
Because he confessed.
What?
After his bracelet reacted to the luminol, I confronted him.
Alright, fine. You caught me. I did it. I killed the old bitch and took her bracelet.
Wait, when did that happen?
In a different timeline.
Isn't that against the rules?
What rules? I hope you're not going to try and bring up Nox's 10 Commandments. I don't know what those are, but does it really matter if it's against the rules or fair? That truth is the truth. Let's say that Incident P happens. After that, the timeline splits into Timeline A and Timeline B. I don't think it's unfair to base a theory in Timeline A on the information I found in Timeline B. After all, A and B both came from the same place, P. If you trace the history of both timelines, you'd end up back at Incident P. Now, if I could change what happened with Incident P by visiting Timeline A or B, then yes, it'd be a different story. I don't know that it'd be unfair per se, but I'd certainly be breaking some pretty big rules. Like, you know, the principle of causality. I'm sure that Dio killed the old woman. By extension, that means you couldn't have killed her. I'm assuming Dio wasn't originally intended to be part of the Nonary game. Somehow he got in and took the old woman's place. That's how he ended up as Quirk's partner. This is just an educated guess, but I have a feeling his plan was to replace one of us. I doubt it mattered which one. I have no idea why he would want to do something like that, and I don't know how he did it either. But the fact remains that he did. He hid in the warehouse on floor A and waited for someone to come out of one of the AB rooms. That someone turned out to be the old woman. She left Quirk asleep in the AB room and came out on her own. Somehow he managed to get close enough to stab her. He did it near the wall with the graffiti on it. I'm guessing he stabbed her from behind so that he wouldn't get any blood on himself. As soon as she was dead, he wrapped the knife up in the handkerchief. No, wait, actually. He probably took the bracelet first. Then he would have needed to wipe the blood off, so he used the handkerchief for that too. Anyway, the point is he got the bracelet and put it on. Then he wrapped the knife up and hid it between the rightmost AB room and its neighbor. He probably didn't expect that they'd move, or he would have put it somewhere else. After that, he headed back into the AB room that the woman had left. Quirk would have still been fast asleep, so as far as he knew, Dio was there the whole time. This does raise a few other questions, but I'll save those for later. For now, let's move on to the other murders. Well, actually, one of them probably isn't a murder.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about Alice. I'm pretty sure she Radical Sixth.
Right.
Committed Radical Six.
All of humanity is going to die. Adults, children, everyone. Everyone! There won't be anyone left! I'd rather die here!
She'd been infected with Radical Six. I think that infection caused her to take her own life. She used Dio's knife, which she'd found in the warehouse after the AB room moved and exposed it. She took it with her and then used it to stab herself in the crew quarters. Next are Clover and Tenmyoji. The first question is who put the handcuffs on them? The clue is the message Clover left, 016. If you think about it though, it doesn't make sense. Clover's left hand was in the handcuffs. That means she would have had to write with her right hand on her right thigh. I feel like it would be really hard to do that, you know? Why not just use your left thigh? The thing is, I think she did. When she died, her legs slumped together, the message got transferred to the right thigh. We just never saw the original because we didn't bother to check the other leg. In other words, she wasn't trying to write 016. She was trying to write to Dio.
Right.
Which we automatically assumed instead of the other one, but yes.
I mean, it made the most sense.
Yep.
Like, why?
With her dying breath, she was trying to tell us the name of her killer. Now, about Kay and Dio. I think there's a pretty good chance Dio killed Kay. Here's how I imagine it happened. Kay probably sprayed Dio's bracelet with aluminum. We found the bottle in Kay's room. He wouldn't have seen the reaction immediately, but Dio would have known what was coming. As soon as Kay turned the lights off, it would be clear that Dio had taken the old woman's bracelet. My guess is he decided to take preemptive action. When we found their bodies, the lights in the rec room were on. Maybe Kay turned to switch the light off, and Dio took that opportunity to attack him. Kay was hurt pretty badly, but he didn't die right away. He probably managed to grab the sphere and stab Dio. Then he died. So that accounts for all 6 bodies, none of them your fault.
Sigma, I'm glad you don't think I did it, but all of your theories are just, well, theories. Like Alice committing suicide. How can you be sure? Say she was infected with Radical 6. She could have been murdered before her symptoms even began to present themselves. As for Clover and Tenmyoji, I could easily have killed them. You don't have any proof that Clover's message was mirrored like you say, or even that it was supposed to refer to Dio. Even if it did, that's not conclusive evidence of his guilt. The same goes for Kay and Dio.
Are you saying something?
No, I'm not
Okay.
saying anything. My mic is picking up the fan, if I had to guess.
Okay.
Let me turn it off.
If you're sure, I don't want you overheating in there.
Well, if it's gonna interfere with shit, then I don't want it on.
Okay.
I could have killed them both. Why do you trust me so much? I'm a machine. I'm part of this place. How can you trust a machine?
That's why I trust
What?
you. I trust you because you're a robot. Your robotness is just one more reason you can't be the killer. Well, 3 more reasons.
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics?
Rule number 1. A robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm.
A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic.
Yes. As you said in the last time we had this flashback.
Sigma.
Luna, I have to ask you. Can you tell me, well, everything you know? Your mind is in the central server. You should know everything that's happened here. There was a long pause. Luna stood up and walked deeper into the garden. I followed her in silence. Are we gonna sit on the bench again? Eventually we reached the bench. Luna quietly sat down, and just like last time, I lowered myself down beside her.
You were right. I didn't kill them. How should I explain? Well, actually, you got most of it right.
That doesn't matter. Tell me everything.
Well, first, yes, Dio did sneak into the facility. He used the large cargo elevator and came into the warehouse on floor A through the number 9 door. Since the game hadn't started yet, anyone could go through it.
That doesn't really sound like sneaking. It sounds more like he just walked in.
Yes, I guess you could say that. He did get in pretty easily, but that's because Zero Jr. lured him here.
What do you mean?
Dio wasn't a surprise. Both Zeros knew that he was going to come.
So they brought him here?
In a way,
But why?
because his presence was an important part of Zero's project.
What project?
I can't go into that right now. We'd be here forever. Right now, let's just focus on the murders, okay? Anyway, Dio found his way in. They made sure he didn't know that he was actually being let in.
He thinks he's really cool and tactical, but they just let him in.
So it seemed.
So why did he come
To make
here?
sure Zero's project failed. His first step was to pretend to be one of the players. As for how he did that, you had it pretty much right. The old woman was the first one out, and he killed her under the graffiti. He put her bracelet on after he wiped the blood off it with the handkerchief. Then he wrapped the knife up and hid it between the 5th and 6th AB rooms,
5th and 6th?
counting from the left in their original placement.
In other words, the rightmost room would be the 6th room, and the one next to it would be the 5th.
Right. After that, he went back into the 5th AB room where Quark was sleeping. Then he just waited for Quark to wake up.
What were you doing while that was happening?
Nothing. I couldn't do anything. My body had been turned off. Zero Jr. had powered me down. My body wasn't activated until after Dio went into the 5th room. I couldn't help her. All I could do was watch while she was murdered. Everything in this place is controlled by Zero Jr. I couldn't try and prevent Dio from getting in either.
Wait, if Zero Jr. controls everything, then he was the one who moved the 6th room with the crane?
Yes, that's right. Zero Jr. moved the room, not me.
Then who moved the old woman?
Me. It took me 10 minutes to get out of my AB room once I was turned back on. I ran over to check on her as soon as I did. Then I carried her back to the room I'd been in.
Why did you do that?
Because I was ordered to.
What? Fade to black.
Luna, listen to me very carefully. As you already know, the final stage of the project begins in 2 hours. This will be the culmination of many years of hard work. We cannot afford failure.
Yes, I understand.
Then let's make sure. What is your mission?
Enter the Nonary game as one of the participants and observe the actions of the other players. Ensure that they do what they are supposed to and guide them down the correct paths.
How many players will there be?
Myself and 7 others, ma'am. Will you be participating as well?
Yes. Our plan dictates that I must. An individual by the name of Dio will be entering this facility presently. He has been led to believe he is doing so undetected. You've been briefed on him already, correct?
Yes. He will murder the first person to leave one of the AB rooms and take their place. If a pair is the first out, he'll probably kill both of them. That's all the information I've been given on him, ma'am.
Is there a problem?
With all due respect, ma'am, I would like to state that I don't feel right about this. We know someone is going to be killed, and we're just going to let it happen? I also have doubts about the use of Radical 6. Are you sure? Infecting all these people with such a horrible disease.
That is none of your concern.
Okay. Well, it came from the outside. Nope, it came from the inside. They had what the
Your only concern is to follow your orders.
These twists piss me off.
Luna, I am giving you an
damn it.
order. I am in command, and you do as I say. You are programmed to do as I say. You know this.
Yes.
Good. Now, I have one final order.
Another order, ma'am?
Yes. When you leave the AB room, the person Dio has killed will still be there. I would like you to move them.
Where?
To the room you are about to enter, the 6th AB room.
But why?
not your concern. As a participant in the game, you must have as little knowledge of it as possible. That is why I have made sure you are unable to access any classified data. There are things you must not know. In order for this project to succeed, we need you to be as close to a clean slate as possible. There are some things you already know, which ideally you would not. Unfortunately, this is unavoidable, so you must refrain from divulging anything you know about the project to the other participants. You must never tell anyone what you know about Dio, or the body, or that you carried it to the 6th AB room. You will have to pretend you know nothing more than the rest of the participants.
Is that an order?
Yes. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. After that, I went into the AB room as I'd been told to. As soon as I stepped inside, my body deactivated. But since my brain is in the main computer, I was still awake. So I still saw everything. While I waited, I used the security cameras to see what was going on in the rest of the facility.
And you saw the old women being murdered.
Yes, it was hard. What I was seeing made no sense. Several of my higher level processes nearly failed. To think that she would be the first person to come out.
And she knew it was coming, so...
Yeah.
I think she knew that Dio was going to kill her. When she'd said she had one final order for me, I didn't understand what she meant. Like a fool, I told her I didn't approve, when I had no idea what she was prepared to do. When she died, whatever I have that passes for a heart felt like it snapped in two.
I think I understand. Everything you did because you'd been ordered to?
Yes.
And it was the old woman who gave you those orders. Then is she Zero Senior?
No.
What? But if she gave you the orders...
She did, but she wasn't the only person I took orders from.
There was someone else?
Yes.
And that person is Zero Senior?
Yes. They worked together to develop the project she mentioned. So I suppose, technically, my orders came from both of them. And they were both controlling Zero Jr., too. I told you before that Zero Jr. moved the 6th AB room. Although that's strictly true, he didn't do it of his own free will. They ordered him to do it. He was following orders just like me.
But why?
I don't know. I really don't. Maybe they did it so that people wouldn't suspect me.
If they didn't want people to suspect you, then why have you moved the body in the first place? Eventually we'd figure out that the rooms had been moved and that she was in your room.
Then maybe they wanted the opposite.
You mean...
Maybe they wanted you to suspect me.
That doesn't make sense either. If they wanted people to suspect you, why move the room?
You're right. Then maybe they only wanted certain people to be suspicious of me.
You mean like Alice?
Yes. Perhaps they wanted Alice to find the handkerchief and the knife. That would explain why they moved the room.
So they somehow knew Dio would hide the knife?
Yes, I think so.
But how could they know that? Got like psychic powers or something?
Well, whatever the reasons were, Alice did notice that the room was moved. Which meant that Clover also figured it out. And just like you said, Alice used the knife to take her life. Clover didn't realize that, though. Or perhaps she didn't want to. In any event, she decided that I must have killed Alice to keep her quiet. So she confronted me. It was right after the second round of the AB game. Using Phi's timetable, that would be 0 hours, 0 minutes.
Wait, you were listening to us in the security office?
Yes. That wasn't all I was listening to, though.
I know everything that happened in the facility after my body collapsed.
You were watching through the security cameras.
Yes, I was. I could see and hear everything. Anyway, we're at 0 hours, 0 minutes. I was in the hallway on floor A when Clover found me and took me to room 2 in the crew quarters. We entered at about 0 hours, 1 minute. She was very forceful.
I know you killed Alice. Tell me the truth and I'll let you live. Now fess up! I'm only gonna give you one chance. If you lie or try to play dumb or something, I'll kill you right in front of her!
I told her the truth, of course. I explained that I hadn't killed Alice, that she'd been infected with Radical 6, and it had caused her to kill herself. Clover was never going to believe that, though. We argued about it for nearly 9 minutes. It wasn't just Alice she asked me about. She asked me about the murder of the old woman, and about the AB room being moved. She wasn't very nice about it. But I couldn't answer any of her questions.
Because of your orders.
Yes. Then, at about 0 hours, 10 minutes, she must have run out of patience. She stuck her hand in her pocket and started moving toward me. She backed me up against the wall and pulled her hand out of her pocket. She was holding the injection gun. I tried to take it away from her. I even screamed for help. She refused to let go, of course, while we were fighting over it.
Oh boy.
Whoa, hold on a minute. The trigger got pulled in the fight, I get that part. What I don't understand is why it did anything to you.
You mean because I'm a golem?
Yeah.
One of my orders was always to act like I was one of the players. A human. Any human injected with that amount of tubocurarine would die.
That's why you, died? To keep up the facade that you were human?
No. I collapsed because Zero Jr. turned off the power to my body again. He probably felt he had to. Maintaining the illusion that I was human was probably in his orders, too. So to make it look like I had died, he turned the power off. Whatever the case, it was an accident. I don't think Clover ever intended to actually kill me. She only took the injection gun to try and threaten me.
How can you be sure?
When I collapsed, she looked terrified. She checked for my pulse and listened to see if I was breathing. She also shook my body and called out to me several times. If she'd meant to kill me, why do all that? After a few moments, she ran off to the infirmary to get the AED.
You mean the defibrillator?
Yes.
That uses an electric shock to restart the heart, right?
Correct.
So that was why she left.
Yes.
At 0 hours, 11 minutes, 40 seconds, Clover left the cabin in the crew quarters.
She ran off toward the infirmary. On the way, she bumped into Dio.
Dio?
Yes. I guess she just saw him, really. They didn't talk. She just ran past.
And he just watched her go by?
Yes. I imagine he was curious, of course. He probably wondered what she was doing. But he chose not to go after her. He had something else to do.
At 0 hours, 12 minutes, Dio enters the room.
He seemed pretty surprised to find my body.
Yeah, I bet.
It didn't take him long to get over it, though.
Wouldn't imagine it would. What did he do then?
He'd gone there for 2 reasons. One was to get Alice's bracelet, which was a blue solo.
Right. Without it, Dio and Kay, the yellow pair, wouldn't be able to get through the secondary door, right?
Yeah, but he couldn't find it.
Of course, Phi had already taken it by then.
Yes, but there was something else he wanted to do, too. He was there to take the knife. Removing it was gruesome.
But why did he want the knife? Was it because he'd used it to kill the old woman?
No, I don't think so.
Then what do you think?
I think he didn't want anyone to see the engraving on the knife's blade. That's why he hid it so well after he killed the old woman.
Why wouldn't he want anyone to see that?
Do you remember what it said? There was a word engraved on the blade.
the Myrmidons.
Yes,
Yep.
What does Myrmidons mean?
it's the name of the organization he belongs to.
Cult.
What is it, like a club or
I
something?
don't think so.
A club.
Well, what is it?
I don't really know.
No
I'm
idea?
afraid not.
Wait, wasn't he here to try and stop whatever Zero was doing?
Yes.
Then, wouldn't that mean that he's on our side?
I don't know about that. He's killed 4 people. I'm not really sure he's on anyone's side.
No.
You've got a point. Darn it, this is ridiculous. I guess this enemy of my enemy isn't my friend, huh?
May I continue?
Yeah, keep going. After he took the knife, Dio rifled through what few belongings Alice had. Luna said he didn't seem to be looking for anything in particular. He was probably just checking to see if she had anything useful. That was where he found the key to Kay's suit. He didn't seem to have any particular reason for taking it, at least as far as Luna could tell. At 0 hours 13 minutes, Dio left the room.
He heard Kay opening the cyan door and ran out. When he left, he was heading toward the infirmary. My guess is that he was going after Clover. He found her with the AED. She was probably planning to just ignore him and head back, but Dio didn't let her.
Hey, wait. Just what are you planning to do with that thing? Thinking about trying to resuscitate Luna? And why would you want to do that? You were the one who killed her, weren't you?
When Clover tried to push past Dio, Luna said they began to fight.
The fuck do you think you're doing?
Dio pulled the knife out of his pocket and pointed it at Clover's throat. That was when he showed up.
Oh.
What the hell are you doing?
None of your goddamn business. Stay out of this, you senile old shit.
Like hell, you son of a bitch!
He let out a yell and leapt toward Dio, as he is known for doing. The younger man dodged him easily and lashed out with the knife. Tenmyuji caught Dio's hand with a grunt, and for a moment the two men struggled. Then, as the knife edged closer, he wrapped his other hand around the blade and tried to force it away.
Maya?
Yeah? Drink
Could
ice?
you... Yeah. You've been talking a lot. Need to keep your voice good.
1 second. Just do that? Okay. But Dio was a much younger and stronger man, and the wound Tenmyuji gave himself with the knife didn't do him any favors. He put up a valiant fight, but with a roar, Dio threw him off, and Tenmyuji collapsed to the floor.
What are you going to do?
Let's see. How about this? How cute. You two really look great together, you know?
What are you going to do to us?
Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna handcuff you to a sink. Actually, I already have.
Are you gonna beat us to death or something?
Ugh, no. Nothing so tasteless.
What are you going to do then?
How'd you like to make a bet?
A bet?
You've got, 20-some minutes until the primary white doors open. So I'd say you've got 25 minutes until they close, give or take. If somebody happens to come by here before the doors close, you might live. But if nobody finds you, well...
We'll be penalized.
Exactly. So, I suggest you start screaming for help now. Unfortunately for you, just about all the rooms in this place are behind at least 2 nice thick doors. So unless they're pretty close, Nobody's gonna hear you scream. Well, I'm off to the Floor B warehouse, okay? Enjoy your last 25 minutes. Later.
Yo, that fuck.
25 minutes passed and no one came. Of course, by then there were only 3 other people who could have come, apart from Dio.
You mean me, Phi, and Kay, right?
Yes. You were in the crew quarters at this point.
Yeah. Kay had told us about you. We'd also noticed that the knife in Alice's chest had been removed. If only we'd known what was happening in the infirmary.
Unfortunately for Clover and Tenmyoji, their time had come. Once the primary white door closed, both of their bracelets injected them with Soparil.
The anesthetic, right?
Yes. Almost immediately, they started to feel sleepy. I think that's when Clover realized she was definitely going to die. That was when she decided to leave her message. Just as you said, she wrote on her left thigh with her right hand.
And the word she wrote was Dio.
Yes. As for what happened in the rec room, well, I guess I don't really need to tell you. Your theory was essentially correct. What you said was what happened.
So Kay sprayed Dio's bracelet with the luminol, and then while his back was turned, Dio attacked him with the axe. Dio mortally wounded him, but didn't kill him, so Kay turned around and stabbed Dio with the sphere. And I guess that's when we found them.
Yes.
When did Kay get the luminol?
After they went through the white door, Dio and Kay found themselves in the director's office. When they were done there, they headed back to floor A to look for everyone else. They went to the crew quarters first, then to the infirmary. Of course, they found Clover and Tenmyoji's bodies there. Dio expected to find them, of course, but he pretended to be shocked. Anyway, Kay checked them over for anything useful.
And that was when he found the luminol.
Right.
Every once in a while, we gotta go back to the pleasant
everything that
stream
happened.
going by.
Yeah, gotta look at the water.
Do you have any questions?
Well, what do you think? There's a bear ship in the woods. Well, the first thing is Quirk's bracelet. Why was it in the infirmary?
Tenmyoji had it. Then when Dio attacked him, it fell out of his pocket.
But why did Tenmyoji have Quirk's bracelet?
I told him where it was.
When?
Do you remember when you were in the rec room with Phi and Tenmyoji?
Yeah, when he sprayed us with the luminol, right? Sure, I remember that.
Right after then. When he left the rec room, he went toward the green door to look for Quark. I ran into him at the end of the hallway, where the 3 doors and the switch are. That was when I told him. Look, Tenmyoji. The center door is unlocked. He took off through it without another word.
That was the treatment room, right?
Yes.
Where Quirk was sleeping.
Right. It only took him a moment. As soon as he saw Quark, he ran to his pod and started crying.
Out of relief, right?
Yes. The display on the pod showed Quark's vital signs. It was obvious he was alive the moment you looked at it. Next to the pod was Quark's bracelet. That was how Tenmyoji got it.
Why was Quirk's bracelet off?
I took it off.
How?
Aluminum foil.
What? You mean the stuff from the crew quarters?
Oh, you found it? Did you know that aluminum foil has electromagnetic shielding properties?
Oh, bananas.
Your heart creates. Anyway, the point is that you can fancy little bracelets to cut on that.
Wait, so you're telling me the aluminum foil can block the electromagnetic waves your heart sends out?
Yes. All you have to do is wrap it around your bracelet.
And the bracelet thinks your heart has stopped?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Oh.
It was that easy all along.
Yeah. Okay, new timeline. Immediately grab the aluminum foil, wrap it around, select pupils' wrists, and then kill the bad one.
Anyway, I used some aluminum foil to get Quark's bracelet off. Then I put it next to the pod.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, why was Quark in the pod to begin with?
Oh, that's easy. I put him there.
When did you do that?
Remember when we were first looking for Quark? I found him unconscious near the entrance to the Golem Bay.
So you carried him to the treatment pod?
Yes.
Were you the one who unlocked the treatment center too?
No, I was not. I do not have the authority to operate any of this facility's machinery.
So it was Zero Jr.?
That's right.
He reactivated your body too, right? Man, I don't get any of this. Why the heck did he do that? I guess it wasn't really him that did it, huh? He was just doing what Zero Sr. and the old lady told her to do. Everything leads back to them, huh? Heck, of course it does. So, are you going to tell me?
Tell you what?
Isn't that obvious? Tell me what this project is. Everything that happens in here has something to do with it. So why were we brought here?
To play the Nonary game.
And why were we supposed to play the Nonary game?
That was part of the project.
Why did Alice kill herself?
Okay.
Because she was infected with Radical 6.
How did she get infected?
Zero Sr. and the old woman did that. It
Why?
was a necessary evil. It had to happen
Fuck
for
them.
the project to succeed.
What would have happened if Alice hadn't committed Radical 6?
Clover wouldn't
Yeah.
have suspected me, and she wouldn't have accidentally killed me.
Then
I
what?
wouldn't have collapsed, and Dio wouldn't have found my body. That would have meant the confrontation in the infirmary never took place.
In other words, you're saying Clover and Tenmyuji died for this project.
Yes.
Well, actually, it was the Tubocurarine that killed them.
Tubocurine. Yes.
But they were only injected with it because of their bracelets. They were only wearing those bracelets because of the Nonary game. If the Nonary game was part of the project, then it's one more way it killed them.
I guess, if you want to look at it that way.
Now, what about Kay and Dio? Why would they kill each other?
Because Dio killed the old woman. He was worried about getting caught, so he tried to kill Kay before he could find out the truth.
And if Dio hadn't killed the old lady, what happened in the rec room would never have taken place, right?
Yes.
So let me ask you this. Why did Dio kill her?
So that he could pose as one of the participants.
And why did he do that?
To disrupt the project.
Then why did she let him kill her?
The same reason they did all of this. It was a necessary evil. The project couldn't be allowed to fail.
But what is the project? 6 people died here. 4 of them were murdered, one way or another, by Dio. At first, that makes it look like Dio's the reason they all died. But that's not true, is it? All of them, all 6 of them, they all died for this project. That means that the murderer, or I guess I should say murderers, were the old lady and Zero Sr., right?
Yep.
Like, they knew Dio was coming, and they could have stopped him, but they let it all happen, so...
True.
Please, Luna, tell me, what is this project about? Who is the old woman? Who is Zero?
Sigma. Would you hug me?
Oh, yeah, sure, robot lady.
What? There we go, hug. Instead of
my
answering, Luna
goodness.
wrapped her arms around me and buried her face in my chest. My own arms hovered in the air, confused about where they should go. I swallowed hard and tried to rein in my heartbeat, which had suddenly doubled. I was about to speak when I felt something warm on my chest. Was Luna crying?
This feels nice.
Her voice shook as she spoke. I lowered one hand to her head and began to gently stroke her hair. Hey,
Oh.
Luna. What
Oh,
the heck
no.
is going on?
I'm sorry. My ABT is usually held in place by muscle fiber, but after Clover gave me the tubocurarine,
Okay, I get
This-
it.
does it scare you? This is what I really look like. I'm
Oh,
a golem,
no.
just a machine, a jumble of metal and plastic that pretends to be real.
You can look like a pile of trash. It's about the personality.
I wrapped my arms around Luna and hugged her as tight as I could.
You believed in me this whole time,
Yeah,
even though I look like this?
of course. I trust you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I wish I could stay here forever. You feel so nice. But I think my time is up.
What?
I've done things I really shouldn't have. Do you remember what you asked me earlier? About if Zero Jr. had reactivated my body? Remember? The truth is, he didn't. I did. I went to the part of the core that controls Zero Jr., and I hacked it.
What?
Yes, that was the first thing. The second. Do you know what the second one was? If I had really wanted to, I could have saved Clover and Tenmyoji. Then Kei and Dio probably wouldn't have killed each other. That's not all. I could have stopped Alice from killing herself, and I could have even saved the old woman at the very beginning. In other words, I had the ability to disobey my orders. But I didn't. That's the second thing. I broke the first law. I was scared. I was afraid to die. Obviously, hacking the core and taking control of Zero Jr.'s systems is very, very bad. Golems who don't follow orders can become dangerous, so we're terminated if we disobey. You lose access to your body, of course, but everything that's stored in the core, your memories, your consciousness, is deleted.
What? Wait, are you saying...
Yes. Very soon now I'll be gone. Zero Jr. is probably recovering himself right now. Once he's done, I doubt I'll be around much longer.
What? Why?
I watched 6 people die and did nothing. I deserve this.
No, you don't. Even if you had done something, you would have been killed anyway. You can't blame yourself. You did what you could. You're not wrong. This game is what's wrong. Forcing you to watch your friends die is what's wrong.
Oh, Sigma, thank you. I'm really glad I met you.
Luna, it's going to be okay. I'm not gonna let them do this. You're gonna be fine, I promise. Just please don't...
Sorry. My time's up. At least I get to die in your arms.
Luna!
Thank you, Sigma. And goodbye, Doctor.
Doctor?
Doc.
But she couldn't answer. I squeezed my eyes shut and held her, unable to bear the thought of letting any more of her slip away.
Oh my goodness.
With one last quiet chime, the music box wound down. I was left with nothing but silence and the cold pool of tears over my heart. Well...
That fucking sucked. God damn it. Okay. Now, if there's only like a fresh timeline we can go through, and just use all of our knowledge.
Well, in the timeline where we're getting rid of the bombs, we did not see the old lady. She was just not shown for some reason. And in addition, nobody has died yet. Not even Dio.
Oh, so there's still a chance for Dio to die and everyone else to live. Awesome. I love this. On second thought, maybe just leave one bomb and just activate it once we're out of the way.
Blow the whole place up with Dio inside.
Yep.
Handcuff him to the sink.
How do you like, asshole?
Or, you know, put him somewhere where he can watch the bomb countdown go down.
Right. Let him watch. You gonna watch this again, I'm guessing?
I just like listening to the song, at least this first part.
It's pretty nice. Also, you all may find it weird that
What?
that I'm like really rooting for the robot, but I don't care.
Of all of the people, though, she was the most human.
Right, and it's, oh my goodness, just, again, it's about the personality.
The Luna end has been achieved.
I would argue the saddest end.
Okay, so unless we need to go in some other route somewhere, we have
This
the bomb.
will be
Well,
the
do we?
final one.
Okay, it says it's unlocked.
Yep.
Even though I don't know where the zero bomb is, do you?
I've got no clue, but I'm sure maybe Fi found it out once we saved her.
Maybe.
And
Well,
then she'll tell
let's
us.
see. Perhaps that's what it is. I suppose we should cut this one here, though, because it's an hour and 37 minutes long now.
Yeah, let's cut this here and then we'll record the potential last episode.
So, everyone, if you enjoyed this, then liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing are all appreciated.
Oh, and also, robots are better than human. I mean,
Thanks for watching.
It's a joke.
See you next time.